Hello everyone, today we're going to compare the various DVD releases of the Ruby Spears MegaMan cartoon. This is the first DVD set for Season 1, released in 2003, 7 years after the cartoon finished its initial television run, and was published by ADV Films and released alongside Season 2 at the same time. At least according to Wikipedia. The back of this DVD case for Season 1 says 2002, and the case for Season 2 says 2003. Either way, this set for Season 1 is called A Hero is Born, and contains the first 13 episodes across 3 discs. The cover art here features MegaMan and Rush in some kind of tunnel, and it doesn't look half bad. Until you notice MegaMan's abs. What is going on there? It looks like a pile of mismatched stones stacked on top of each other. I've heard of rock-hard abs, but this is ridiculous. Flipping over to the back, we see the description, a young action hero with unlimited firepower. That's just a flat-out lie. There are several episodes of the cartoon where MegaMan runs out of energy or his plasma cannon gets damaged, and he either needs to recharge or has to resort to different weapons to finish the episode. There's a brief synopsis of the series as a whole, cluing us into what the show is about, as well as some screenshots from select episodes. Turn the case sideways, and you can read the episode titles as well as how many episodes are on each disc. 5 episodes for Disc 1, and 4 each for Discs 2 and 3, for a grand total of 13. The discs themselves are reflective and depict an image of MegaMan giving a thumbs up. Fun fact, that still is actually from the Season 2 episode, Mega X, but these are the Season 1 DVDs. That image was also used in some promotional material for the DVDs, including a stock photo of the Season 1 box set. However, I can't dig up a photo of the DVDs that actually use this image, and the listings on eBay and Amazon that I found for this set that used the stock image turned out to just be this set. That's how I got this set specifically. I thought I was buying the one with the yellow cover. Furthermore, this one specifically is a former library rental. Not related to the cover variants, but I still thought it was cool. Now let's take a look at Season 2's box set, titled Battle for the Future. Starting off, the cover image also looks pretty good. We have Proto-Man teaming up with Pharaoh-Man and Stone-Man in a pretty intense-looking scene. Proto-Man was a villain in the cartoon, in case you didn't know. But again, I have some critiques about the presentation here. Firstly, Pharaoh-Man and Stone-Man didn't appear anywhere in Season 2, so that's the same problem as using this screenshot from Mega X for Season 1. Secondly, the city in the background. They're high above the streets, but all we see is the skyscraper. Given that angle, it looks like they could be at the peak of a super high jump, which very well could be the case for Proto-Man and Pharaoh-Man, but Stone-Man's wide stance makes it look like he's anchored his feet preparing to take a hit. He's also looking directly at the camera instead of where the other two are facing. Still a nice shot though, and not as distracting as MegaMan's weird abs. So, onto the back of the case, it reads, Plasma Power is back in action. Nothing really extraordinary about the rest of the cover, except that on a sealed copy, like this one on eBay, it advertises 13 episodes on the sticker attached to the shrink wrap, but 14 on the actual cover. 14 is correct. Disc 1 and 2 have 5 episodes, while Disc 3 has 4. The DVDs themselves feature a shot from the show's opening, with MegaMan punching towards the screen. In the opening, this shot is him using Elecman's attack against him, though we didn't actually see him take said power during the intro like with some of the other characters. That about does it for the first release of the DVDs, and now we move on to the 2009 re-release. Here's the reprint of A Hero is Born. The case is much smaller, so it takes up less space on your shelf than the previous sets would. The cover is a bit cleaner looking, featuring just MegaMan and Rush instead of that tunnel. MegaMan's abs still look weird though. I kinda like the original one better. On the front, it also clarifies that this is the original TV series, Collection 1. On the back it says, the Blue Bomber is back in the original cartoon classic. The rest of the text on the back is completely different as well. The last 20 years have seen many versions of the Capcom classic, but there's one MegaMan that's more beloved than any other, the classic Blue Bomber. Firstly, classic MegaMan being the absolute favorite is highly debatable, especially back in pre-2010 when Battle Network had just ended, Star Force had its last game in 2008 and a crossover game in 2009, and X had had his run concluding with X8 and Command Mission. Not to mention that Legends, Zero, and ZX all have their own diehard fans. Furthermore, the cartoon version absolutely does not reflect the original game super faithfully. I get that this is just flavor text to hype up the viewer and potential buyer, but they're making some bold claims here. Not in that classic MegaMan doesn't deserve recognition, but in that they're trying to use this cartoon to ride the coattails of the original and say that they're the same character to share in classic MegaMan's glory. We saw how well that went over with Gem and the Holograms, didn't we? But to be fair, Ruby Spears MegaMan represents the character better than the Captain N version did. Continuing, the DVD cover details how the series was cancelled prematurely, and how fans kept demanding for it to come back. And now, you can own the whole thing on 2 DVD box sets. Put a pin in that for me, would you? This version of the cover slip doesn't detail which episodes are included in this box set. I will say that I do kind of prefer the discs of this collection to the ones of the previous one. Not as imaginative, but easier on the eyes. Very sleek looking. Note that it says MegaMan, the animated series, instead of just MegaMan. Now, what about the 2009 re-release of Battle for the Future? Well, quite simply, it doesn't exist. ADV went bankrupt in 2009, and Season 2 never got its re-release as a solo collection. Yeah, own the series in 2 action-packed collections if you already bought the previous DVD release. If you want a reissue of Season 2, your only option is going to be the 2014 Complete Series box set released by Discotek Media. They went with a very NES-inspired aesthetic for this one. The wear on the box is part of the printed design. This copy belongs to my brother, and I had it autographed by Ian James Corlett, the voice of Mega Man and Rush, as well as Scott McNeil, the voice of Protoman, Wily, and Eddie. This edition also came with the dust cover, bearing the same designs. The front shows a collage of all the major characters, making it look like a movie poster framed as game box art. The back cover seems very self-aware, referencing the theme song, calling Mega Man the super fighting robot, and even having a screenshot of the well-memed scene of Pharaoh Man punching Mega Man in the face. It even says, "Pharaoh Man is awesome," just like the clip on YouTube. I also think the line, "He's got your power again, why didn't he just keep it last time," is kinda funny. I think the printing on the discs is the best part. It looks like an NES cartridge, and each disc has a different label on it. This time, the collection is only 4 discs, with 7 episodes on discs 1, 3, and 4, and 6 episodes on disc 2. Now, let's get into the meat of these box sets, the contents for the DVDs. For the ADV release, the DVD menu is pretty standard fare for the time. The show's theme song plays, with every episode on the disc listed. Funnily, on disc 2, they misspell episode 6's title as Robosauro Park instead of Robosaur Park. Each of these DVDs also has previews for other shows released by ADV at the time, like Rune Soldier, Sayuki, Metabots, Robotech, Wild Arms, Sailor Moon, Neo Ranga, Knights of the Zodiac, Zone of the Enders, and All-Purpose Cultural Cat Girl Nuku Nuku. Okay. There's also previews for 2 other cartoons based on Capcom games, Street Fighter and Darkstalkers. I plan to examine these 2 shows later. Each season's discs plays each season's respective version of the theme song, and the theme used in Season 2's discs have a bit more of an instrumental lead-in before the vocals start. The 2009 reprint version features exactly the same content on the DVDs, even having the same spelling error on disc 2. For the Discotek Complete Series release, we instead get this menu modeled after the Mega Man 2 title screen. They also added details to Mega Man's sprite, giving him the more muscular look that he has in the show. The theme song playing is the Season 1 version. The difference between versions is that Season 1's theme is slightly more higher pitched than Season 2's. The episode select screen is just a black background with white text. Very reminiscent of an NES game, but not visually interesting. No trailers for other shows, however. That part makes sense at least, since this was released by Discotek. I just wish that the content in the menus wasn't so bare bones. I guess having more episodes per disc took up more space. All 4 DVDs' contents are identical, except for the episodes that are included. So, now that we've analyzed each DVD set, if you were to try to buy one, which one should you go for? Me personally, I would go with the ADV box sets. While the cases are bulkier and take up more space on your shelves, the art is more unique, the DVD previews are fun to watch, and as far as just the discs are concerned, the Discotek versions don't really have much to offer. Despite these DVDs being released about a decade after the first ones from ADV, the image quality of the episodes doesn't seem to have been enhanced at all, so the episodes will look the same no matter which ones you get. As far as price is concerned, buying both Seasons 1 and 2 separate versus the complete series, usually the ADV sets are cheaper, even when bought together. Most of the time, I see one season listed for between $15 and $20, while the complete series is usually around $45. The Discotek ones are more likely to be newer and in better condition, however. Like I said, my Season 1 box set is a former library rental, so I'll leave that choice up to you. If you want to buy one, go with the one that suits your needs better. Well, I hope you enjoyed this extended look at the various DVD releases of Ruby Spears MegaMan. Let me know what you thought about these DVDs, and the show in general, in the comments below. And can someone confirm or debunk the existence of the set with the yellow cover, or that version of NT Warrior Disc 6 where Mega Man has a sword instead of fist pumping? I would really like to know if these versions exist, because it's driving me crazy. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Blade Cross EXE with Flash of Blades Productions, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.